I want to thank everybody for joining us right here for the No Limit Racing ARCA at Daytona. We are about to get underway very, very, very shortly as everybody's starting to grid right now. Great little lineup for you as we get underway for the test session for the new No Limit League, No Limit Racing League on iRacing. Go to iRacing.com to find all of the software and everything that you need to get signed up, bring those classes up. Then you can apply to the league right here for the No Limit Racing League. Make sure you go on our Facebook page. Just search in the search bar for No Limit Racing and give us a like and a share out there. Of course, go on YouTube, search No Limit Racing, and you're going to see our YouTube channel. And, of course, you can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/JLFollow for all of your streaming needs right there. Make sure you donate to the cause. We donate a lot of our proceeds to a local charity right here at Wonderland Camp. And we're about to get underway very, very, very shortly as everybody ties everything together, straps all their belts down, and gets ready to go e-racing. A little bit about where we're at. Of course, we are at Daytona. We are driving the ARCA class Chevys. Some track information for you. Two and a half miles right here at Daytona International Speedway. 4 turns. Track elevation at 36.52 feet above sea level. The track temperature currently right now 65 degrees Fahrenheit, Daytona Beach. The weather, of course, in nighttime skies overhead, partly cloudy with a wind speed out of about 2 miles an hour. Out of, well, it doesn't give me wind direction anymore, but 65 miles an hour. Or 65 degrees is the air temperature as we're about to get ready to go racing. A little bit of the grid. Brandon, number 10, is going to be your leader, or pole leader right there on the inside line. Eric Sullivan in the 63. Casey Clark in the 36 is going to be first car in the inside row on row 2, and Evan Casey in the 46 outside row 2 again. Michael Woolley in the 13 inside on the 13 with the 13. JP Smith in the 74 starting 6th position, 3rd row outside. Art Milne is going to be in the 15 or on the inside starting 7th, 4th row. Matt Sherry in the 48. Dean Quayle in the 17 inside row 9, or I'm sorry, row 5 starting 9th. Jake Elrod in the number 9. Row 6, David DeFazio in the 413. Mason Yost in the 24. Row 7, Jason Wiley is going to top out your starting grid as the lights are off on the pace truck coming around the corner here at Daytona. Pace truck is off, and we are underway right here at Daytona as CJ Clark gets a nice jump on the inside line. Nose to tail over to the 36. This is a track that you do not want to bump draft at, so you got to make sure that you line nose to tail and give enough room as the 63 is outside of the second spot. Too wide back as a nice push for the number 10 from the 36. 46 is right on his tail there, single file line. Going 3 wide down to the back stretch. As the 48 slides up high, leaving no room for any answers right there as the 74 decides to climb his way up on the inside line. Wrecking on the backstretch right there. That was it looked like the 47 that was back there. Everybody's single file line with 36 leading 45, 48, 10. Coming into turn 3. Single file racing as we are in our second lap here at Daytona International Speedway as they hit the backstretch. Too wide from third on back. Little bobbing and weaving as everybody tries to touch the line. Inside line racing, the 46 decides he's going to creep his nose out there just to cool off a little bit, but doesn't make it as the 36 still leads right here at Daytona. 48 climbs his way up to the outside and decides to make it too wide right there in the front stretch, crossing the start-finish line as he is getting a nice push from the 15. Nice drafting as they come to turn 1. Trying to carry that speed on that high line, but the 36 is getting a nice push from the 46. The 10 creeping his way up on the inside line, trying to make sure that he is in contention to take any positions away that he can. Everybody hits the inside turn. Too wide racing as we go from second on back, third on back now as the 48 loses a little bit of ground. Running his way forward as they cross the start-finish line right here with 36 still leading after 3 laps. .36 from 36, 46, 10, 48. That's how it looks in the first top 4 as they are side by side going through turn 2, hitting the backstretch. The 48 trying to ease a little bit of contention out of that high line, but has no followers as the 10 tries to slide up, making his presence known that he wants to give a little push, but that 46 is doing a nice job to stay inches apart away from the 36. As they come to the start-finish line, the 48 is edging out the competition, running side by side with the leader. Nice drafting as they go too wide from second on back. 36 not doing much to block the high line, wanting to stick with his drafting partner in the 46. Continuing to roll forward as they enter turn 3. A little mid-lane traffic as the 48 is starting to creep ever so gently forward. Still side-by-side racing as they hit the front stretch. And the 36, a little bob and weave, but gets right back up into the tail of the 36. Hitting the inside corners, everybody dodges just a little bit. Side-by-side from second on back as the 48 and the 10 try to work together to try to put each other up front. The 36 not giving very much room, still carrying more speed on that low line as they are 6 back, 7 back on the inside line, 6 back on the front. On the top, the high line. If you've ever seen good racing, this is good racing right here. 6 laps complete right now as the 48 and the 36 are side by side going into turn 1. A little bit of extra wiggle room in the back as everybody's trying to lay back. These leaders are starting to pull away from the second pack, but leaving enough room that everybody has a drafting partner from the nose on back, side by side from the top spot, getting ready to have some lap traffic to contend with as they continue to roll forward. Hitting the front stretch, carrying a lot of momentum, a lot of speed. Everybody tries to dogleg on the inside as the 48 and the 10 are going to have to make it 3 wide as they come into the oval. The 63 is up top and it turns everybody on the inside. There's a big wreck as the 36 and the 46. Everybody's wrecking on the back stretch. Everybody's wrecking, and that is incredible. You see all of the carnage as we are under caution on lap 8. The 36 of C Junior Clark is Casey Clark Jr. Let me get that correct right there, is your leader currently, with Evan and Casey running second. We are under caution for just a little bit. I'm going to take a vocal break. We'll be right back with you when we go green right here with No Limit Racing at Daytona with the ARCA Chevys. Big wreck happened as the pace truck hits the backstretch with our 2 leaders. Well, I tried to see if I had a clean little example of that replay, but I didn't quite have it. So we'll work on that as we get going. We are still under caution with 10 laps under. Huge wreck on the backstretch. I know you could see it in the clip just a little bit ago, but that was quite the pileup whenever it comes to Daytona. So the big one happened quite early as we are still continuing to pace with 11 laps under at Daytona with the ARCA Series with No Limit Racing right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Remember to go on and hit the like, subscribe, and give a nice little ding for the notifications when we race right here with iRacing. Incredible little series that we have going on. Everybody gets a reset with the ARCA class. So we've got some fresh cars. Hopefully we can go green flag racing all the way to the end. But inevitably, when everybody gets jockeying for position, occasionally it does happen that we have another big one. So statistically, if we had old Larry Mack on here, he would tell us that with 2 to 3 to go, there's always a big one. So, but we still got a little bit of racing left, and we are going to get back underway in just a few moments. Right here with No Limit Racing on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. As everybody starts to get lined back up. Take a look at our top 5 and how it's going to line up when we get back to green flag racing. It'll be your leader right now, the number 9 of Jake Elrod. And then the 33 of Jay Wiley is going to be outside or inside him. Clark in the number 36 is going to be your inside line on the second row. And then Keese in the 46 on the outside. And Milne in the 15 will be inside on the third row. 74 is going to be on the outside of him. The caution lights are out on the pace truck. That means we are one to go. You're going to see that pace truck hit pit road. We're going to be back to green flag racing here in just a little bit as we are on the backstretch. I'm going to take a vocal break until we get ready to go. This is Jason with the NASCAR on iRacing with No Limit Racing. As we exit turn 4, the pace truck's about to hit pit road. Everybody's getting nose to tail as we are back to green flag racing. You hear those engines roar as the 9 is coming up with the 36 right behind him, nose to tail, trying to take that position away from him, trying to get that lead back that he had prior to the caution. Nose to tail, 9, 36, 46 as the 9 slides up, and the 36 is going to take that position away from him as they are running that extreme low line. 36, 46, 9. 33 of Jay Wiley is there as they are single wide all the way back to 4th position where they go 2 wide from there on back. Trying to get that high line working as the 74 and the 10 are going to try to work together. We're going to catch up with how everything is working out as they are almost 3 wide right there, getting ready to go into turn 1. A little slow checkup action from the 13 as the 24 almost creeped up to him there. But the 10 and the 74 working hard together as the 9 is doing his job to try to stay in line with the 36 and 46 as the 10 is giving a good push to the 74. Get our camera angle back here in just a second. We'll get everything fixed as they come to the start-finish line with the 74 getting a nice boost from the 10 behind him. Running that upper high line. 74 and the 10 are working very well together as we hit the backstretch. Everybody jostling for position still as they come down the backstretch, screaming 2 wide from the nose on back. 36-74, 46-10. That's how it lines out top 4. 13 is up in the mix now. Haven't seen a lot of him. But riding along right next to the 48 as the 3 lines seem to be neck and neck with each other. Continuing to move move the progress along. We take a look at the speeds of our leader, Casey Clark Jr., leading 11 laps currently. His fastest lap, 45.321, and still on par with the same lap speeds, getting a nice push, but the 74 still inching out over the 36 whenever they run that high line. They've got 3 cars that are nose to tail on that high line, making it work, getting that draft to definitely give a little bit of an advantage as they come to turn 1 with the 74 looking a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more strong as that top line seems to unfold. 36-46 still running that low line, trying to be aggressive, trying to keep that lead away from the 74. Single file on the inside, 7 cars back as 5 on the high line, but that high line seems to still be unfolding very nicely for everybody. It'll be interesting with 17 laps down exactly what we are going to be looking at for the finish of this. Take a look at that number 10 as he hits the entrance to turn 1, continuing to run a nice position as the 36 is running a little bit slower line as the 74, 10, and 48 seemingly seem to be edging out on the backstretch. The 10 gets a little bit out of line as they continue to roll forward. And losing all that momentum on that high line, the 36 and the 46 push past the 48, having it going around the 10 as they come to the start-finish line with 1, 2, 3 being 36, 46, 13. The 74 getting a nice push from the 48, trying to make up that ground that they lost with the 74, 48, and 22, continuing to roll forward on that outside line. The 10 dropping down into the inside line. They're going to make it interesting. They're going to make it too wide from first on back. Going to put that 10 is going to go to the high line with the 15 on the inside. As everybody settles in, you're seeing a lot less jostling back and forth and everybody getting used to each other's line. You're going to see moves begin to shape and move. As the 13 is going to be inside the 22. 22 is running a high line. Side draft from the 46 into the 48. Trying to gain that little bit of edge as he comes back down to give another push to the 36. Trying to keep that lead to the 36, but back and forth, the 36 and the 74 are giving each other a hard-fought race with the 48 giving a nice push. Sliding up the track is the 22. If the high line can keep themselves straight and in a single file line, they'll be able to catch up and push drivers in front of each other. But every time they get into the turns, they're looking at sliding forward as the 74 edges out the 36 with the 48 right behind him, trying to gain that extra momentum. Can't quite get there on the exit of turn 2 as they hit the backstretch. Small little pack forming in the back as the leaders start to pull away, with the 74 leading around the entrance to turn 3, running that high line. The 36 and the 46 seemingly have the better technique when it comes to running that low line, so they are trying to keep that lead as it runs 36, 74, 46 as they cross the start-finish line with 21 laps under green flag conditions. Top 8 cars in the front of the field as they pull away with a second pack forming in the back. Lap traffic to contend with as they are coming down the backstretch. Nice little easy run for the 36 and 46 as they edge out. The 48 taking it 3 wide on the front stretch with the 36-46. He's trying to get in front of the 74 to get a push. 74 falls back in line. No damage, no unnecessary roughness there as the 48 has got a drafting partner as a 13 decides that he's going to slide up and run the high line, trying to gain up a couple of positions for himself right there. 48 needing some people to stay in line. You can see how tightly formed that low line is, as now looks like the 22 is dropped down to stay in line with that low line as the 48 and 13 try to work that high line to take some positions away from our leader again, the 36 of KC Clark Jr. The 48 of Cherry led that lap when they came across the start-finish line. Getting a line to form with a 48-13-10 on the top line, 36-46-15, 22 on the inside line. Side drafting, getting him loose as now it looks like we're going to rack on the backstretch. 13 into the 10, 15 into the 48. Everybody's banging. 74 is gone. That was an incredible wreck right there. We are under caution with on lap 24, 36-46-22 escaped the unnecessary roughness that was back there. It looked like they tried to go 3 wide, and they turned each other into it as we get ready to catch up with the pace car. I'm going to take a vocal break with the No Limit Racing right here, the ARCA Series at Daytona. We're going to have just a few laps to go whenever we come back to Green Flag Racing. This is Jason, again, with No Limit Racing right here on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and a share, and you will see us again. We appreciate you looking and watching all of this this test session that we have going on right here. We appreciate all the people that are looking to, of course, sponsor. If you want to sponsor, make sure that you get a hold of us on one of our platforms, Facebook, by searching No Limit Racing, YouTube, by leaving a comment down in the comment section down there, or of course on Twitch by getting a hold of us there, messaging us, of course, and follow us on Discord as well. No Limit Racing is the link down there. We will put all the links and descriptions when we are finished right here with Daytona. Again, vocal break. Again, be right back with you, Jason, with No Limit Racing at Daytona. as we are about to get back to green flag racing. 25 laps complete with 5 laps. I'm sorry, we're going to have a green flag, or green, white checkers. We get ready to go. 6 lead changes, 2 cautions so far. Good racing out there. I see you, Rod, out there in Shadow Wolf. I appreciate you listening on Twitch. It's going to be good racing as we are still underway right here at Daytona. The way things are going to be shaping out, it'll be the 36, 46, 22, running out your top 3, then the 19 of Codill, and then Wiley in that 33. You've got a fan out there. You're going to be on the inside row, number 5 position. Good race so far. If this is what it tells to, if this is what's going to happen when it comes to league racing, since this is an unofficial race and this is just kind of practice for everybody, we're going to see some good things out of it. If this is how it's going to be, good racing so far, 2 and 3 wide, being safe but cautious. But I think we're going to have everything change right here when we get to going green, as the 2 drafting partners are going to be 1 and 2 inside-outside positions. So that's going to shape things up a little bit. Lights are still on the pace truck, so we're going to at least have 1 more lap before we go green. I appreciate everybody listening out there. Make sure you give a like and a share and a subscribe, and we appreciate everybody listening and enjoying this little test session that we have with broadcasting. We are trying out new software, new overlays, all kinds of different things for us. The lights on the pace truck are off now, so we're going to be going this next time around a green-white checker for the finish. Quite enjoyable as we are still underway right here at Daytona with the No Limit Racing League. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, great people, larger capacity for more racers if you want to get in there and try out for the league. There are stipulations to it. If you search our Facebook page, No Limit Racing, it has details for the website. And I believe it's NoLimitRacing.net, but don't quote me on that one. Go to our Facebook page, get a like, find out all the information on how to join the league if you have iRacing or if you are an iRacing driver, and you will enjoy every moment of it. The 36 decides he's going to take the inside line with the 46 outside. 22 is going to be in second place on the inside, or sorry, third place on the inside row of the second row. Then we're going to have our, I believe the number 9 is going to be on the, the 19 is going to be the outside row of the row 2. Jay Wiley in the 33 is going to be 5th position right there. And we are about to be green flag racing, so all that friendly banter, that tuck and roll might be out the window right here if there's a solid push as they come to the line. Pace truck is about to be off, and once he hits that line, we are green flag racing once again right here at Daytona with the ARCA Chevys and No Limit Racing and side-by-side racing as they hit the front stretch, and the 36 and the 46 are neck and neck as they are bottled up coming into turn 1. 22 is behind the 36, and they touch just a little bit. Tires rubbing between the 36 and the 46 as the 22 is trying to creep up and give no room for that 46 to slide in. 2 laps to go as the 46 edges out the 36. The 19 pushing 3 wide with the 48 right there on the backstretch as they hit turn 3. It's going to be interesting racing as the 46 tries to slide down in front of the 36, getting no room, and they are wrecking once again on the backstretch. Hard racing as the 46 takes the lead from the 36. We are under yellow once again as 8 just could not wait till the end. Good racing going forward. Back under caution, and I do believe we're going to have another attempt at a green-white checker. As the rules set up, they're going to catch up to the backstretch. A reminder to join us on the 18th, when the league gets on May 18th, when the league gets underway, we are going to be broadcasting live on all of our platforms, including our Facebook fan page, the No Limit Racing Facebook fan page. Of course, there's a group out there for all the drivers and everybody. If you want to know what these guys do and how they do it, all the setups and all the mods, you can get on there and talk to them about it. Remember, if you're a fan of all racing platforms, from Formula One to NASCAR to Dirt Series, Whelen Modified Series, of course, and of course rally cars. They've got a rally car series in here as well. iRacing's probably the platform for you. All it takes is a steering wheel and some pedals and a monthly membership and some tracks, and you will be underway. iRacing comes with a lot of different tracks already included, and cars and setups and whatnot. So you can go racing from the moment that you subscribe to iRacing.com for all of your racing needs. One of the best racing simulators. Even NASCAR uses it. Formula One racers are using it. It gives you a similar lifelike feel without actually having to strap in the seat and damage $100,000, $300,000 worth of equipment. So check out iRacing.com for that. Of course, the No Limit Racing League, one of the premier leagues in all of this. Formed in 2013, the No Limit Racing League has been a huge part of the growth, with over 1,000 followers on Facebook, and we're going to build a new YouTube channel. We've got a website now with everything ready to go. As we are still lining up and still under caution right here at Daytona, you're getting a taste of what everything looks like with the NASCAR iRacing series. The ARCA Chevy series, one of the premier series that these cars used to run. A lot of these back in the 90s, and of course now to this day, this series still runs. Several different open setups that they have across the nation. So good little flashback to the past, as these cars are they don't hook up kind of like what the Xfinity series or the Monster Energy Cup series or Truck series. They don't hook up kind of the same. They get very loose in the end on the rear end of the vehicle. And so it makes it very difficult to get what they call that hookup, where you get nose to tail and you're touching bumpers and pushing each other. Here, if you do that with these cars, you are going to end up kind of like what happened on that last caution. So very, very interesting to see how the next green white checker is going to play out. And we'll see what happens as we get to going forward. Lights are still on the pace truck, so at least one more lap before we get to green flag racing and Daytona with No Limit Racing. We'll take a vocal break. I'll be right back with you as we wait to go green. lights on the pace car, or the pace truck is off, and we're about to get ready to go back to green flag racing for another green-white checker attempt right here at Daytona with the No Limit Racing League. For being a test session, it's been very interesting as they exit, looks like turn 3. We take that back, turn 2. Lying to you again, that was turn 3. Different camera setup on this one, so I apologize about that. They're going to hit the backstretch, and then they're going to hit turn 3, and then once they get out of turn 4, you're going to see that pace truck dive off to the outside. They're going to be back to green flag racing, and it has been interesting thus far with a 46, 36, 48, and 10, making it very interesting as they continue to roll forward. That 22 and the 15 have definitely made attempts at keeping it interesting as well. They've been up in the mix as 2 cautions have been drawn out over the last 27 laps. We're going back to 30 laps right now. But more importantly, the pace truck is off, and the 46 and 36 are going nose and nose as we are green flag racing once again right here at Daytona. Nice push from the 48, trying to get the 46 out there in front of the 36, trying to keep that inside line rolling as the 10 is up there on the high line with the 36. Going to go nose to the tail to try to get that inch out as the 22 is just sitting there waiting for his opportunity. 2 laps around Daytona is a long time as there's some jostling for position in the back. Nose to nose as everybody slides up, and the 36 slides down in front of the 46, and the 10 right there with it with the 48, trying to give a little room, but not going to happen as they are side by side from second on back. The 36 with a nice lead, and that is a big wreck on the backstretch, but we are still green flag racing right now. They have hit the white flag. That was the last attempt, so we are going to go all the way to the end. 36, 46, nice push as the 10 and the 48 are up on the high line trying to get a little edge, but the 36 and 46 look like they are in a comfortable position as the 10 tries to get a little extra speed and will that vehicle forward. Right now, side by side into turn 3, they are running a neck and neck. The 10 and the 48 side draft from the 10 to come down to try to take some speed off the 36. Are they going to have enough whenever they come around to the flag as we hit the front stretch? The 46 turns to 36 and the 10 wins. 36, a big wreck, big pile up on the back stretch, around the front stretch as they cross the start finish line. And congratulations to the 10 as the 48 gives him a nice push to keep him in contention. Everybody had issues there. Goodness gracious, congratulations to Brandon in the number 10 as fireworks are off and going right now in Daytona. Huge wreck on the backstretch. Thank goodness it's e-racing and not real life. That would have been a heck of a cleanup right there, but good hard racing all the way to the end. I appreciate everybody listening to the No Limit Racing channel right here at we are right here at Daytona with the ARCA series race cars. Congratulations once again to the number 10 as he gets ready for his nice celebration right here in the Daytona infield. Take a look at the race summary. Congratulations to the 10 and the 48. Nose right there. I wonder if they're going to play. They are. They're going to play a little bit of Burnout Paradise for everybody. And how the race summary works out for you right here. 35 laps complete. 9 lead changes. 3 cautions for a total of 12 laps. And the results as of this far. And there are your unofficial race results right now with the number 10, Brandon, Front Appel, I apologize about murdering anybody's name right there. He's your winner with a 46 of Evan Keese, finishing out second right there. 48 of Matt Cherry pushing the 10 to the win from third position. Casey Clark still ended up fourth, even getting turned at the very end. David DeFazio in the 413, fifth, and all the way down 19 of Josh Cato, finishing out sixth. The 22 of Jake Fluman in seventh. Jason Wiley finishing up 8 in the 33, and Michael Woolley in the 13th, 9th. And the top 10 finish for Mason Yost in the 24. And this is how the rest of the race looks like. The 15th Art Mine. 15 of Art Mine was 11th. Jake Elrod in the number 9 finished 12th. One lap down, Eric Sullivan, 13th to 17th of Dean Quayle in 14th, and the 74 of J.P. Smith to finish 15th. I appreciate everybody, of course, and always for joining us right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you give us a like and share, and try not to bash this too much. I'm just kidding. This is a test session right here for the No Limit Racing season, No Limit Racing series, and the Racing League. Make sure you give us a like on Facebook, share all the stuff out there, hit the notification bell on YouTube, and make sure you donate on Twitch to all of our causes. I appreciate everybody, and thank you for joining.